Surfing on a budget. We've covered boats, we've covered surfboards, we've covered setting up your boat for the best surf wave that you can get. If you haven't seen any of those videos and you're wondering, well, what the heck are you talking about? I'll put links in the description, you can check them all out. I'll also have, at some point in this video, a bunch of videos popping up that you can click the links and check out those videos. But today, we're going to do something that not a lot of people think about, but it's very, very important. So today we are talking about Bimini tops. Those are the covers that you see on these really fancy boats that keep the sun off of you when you've had a long day on the beach. Now, typically, I don't worry about the sun because when I get too hot, I just jump in the water. But for the comfort of those on my boat, it is important to give them somewhere where they can have a little bit of protection from the sun. That's where a Bimini top comes in handy. But if you're like me and you bought your boat quite inexpensively, then you might not have a Bimini top and you've been looking at options. Now, one of those options is potentially this right here. This is a box with a Bimini top that came straight off of Amazon. This was less than 200 Canadian dollars. And what I want to know is, can I make this Bimini top fit onto my Centurion boat that does not have a Bimini top? So the first thing we're going to want to do is open the box up. Now, I have measured the width of my boat, and these come in different widths. My boat measured, I think, actually I'm gonna make a liar of myself potentially. I think I measured it at 69 or 79 inches wide. That's from the tower to the tower on the inside edge. So this Bimini top was right on the smallest size for my boat width. So I'm not sure if this is actually gonna fit. I wanna open it up, kind of preset it up and see how it looks so I can gauge if I think it will install. If it looks like it'll install, then the next step is for me to drive out to the lake and try and install it. I'm gonna do that all in this video, don't you worry. So you don't have to wait for a new video. In this video, we're gonna do the whole thing from start to finish. But right now I need to open this up and I've never done that before, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Now you're gonna be wondering what comes in a Bimini top. Obviously this is the fabric component. We're not gonna open that yet because I don't think it's a good idea. We've got a hardware box. Holy smokes, it comes with a screwdriver. Look at that, it comes with your Phillips screwdriver. That's actually amazing. It was unexpected. It comes with all the clips and clamps. It comes with the tie down straps. This does not look that hard to do. Now I do want to build it so that I can measure my total installed width, just so that I can make sure we're gonna be okay. So I've got it mostly together. What I want to really check here is my installed width to make sure that I'm going to be okay. Now, this width is quite wide. It's measuring 90 inches. I really wish I remember what my boat was. So my boat is 79 inches wide from the inside of the tower to the inside of the tower. So I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that I can bend this like that and make it fit. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to box this back up. So I don't wanna get it too dirty. But if I measure kind of down here at the inside edges, I should just, yes. Okay, we're gonna be okay. So I thought up at the top, it's super wide, but down at the bottom, if I measure kind of that edge to this edge, it is 79 inches, just 79. So when I install this, I'm gonna have to pull these sides in a lot, but it means that this will be the absolute widest that you can get. Now I'd like to stand this up so that I can see how tall it is. So if we go like this, look at that. This is gonna be awesome. So there, that gives you a rough idea of what we're gonna be getting here. And I'm not sure if I want to actually make the front, but that should be plenty tall enough, which is good. And it's got size adjustability. So when I go like this, it all folds together. And then it did come with a cloth for the top, or a cover for the top, which is also really awesome. So we'll stick that over right now. So this keeps it protected from the elements, won't make it get all dirty. And because I've preset this up, I'll be able to just take it right out to the boat, mark my mounting points for everything, and then a couple of screw holes, and I'll be good. Look at that. So when it's on the boat, that's what it'll look like, just like that, when it's not in use. So the next time you see me is when I'm going to be on the boat trying to finish the install of this, and hopefully, like I said, it's just barely gonna fit. We are out on the boat. We brought the Bimini down, and it is time to do the install on the boat. Now, one thing that I need to warn you guys about is earlier in the video, we talked about the width of the Bimini, and it might be a problem. Well, it turns out, let me show you. It turns out I was measuring right here, the distance from here over to here, to figure out the width there that I needed, but up here is where that max width is actually important, and it turns out that the width from that bar right there to that bar right there is about, well, almost 20 inches different. So it comes in like 10 inches this way, and it comes in 10 inches that way. So up top's the measurement you want. So we took a new measurement just underneath these speakers here to the bar right here, so that we know the distance across here. And we've purchased the correct Bimini top that we're going to be installing today. So it's important when you're looking at the Bimini top, and I'll put links in the description for the one that we're using. We got it on Amazon. It was really inexpensive. You want to make sure that that top width, that's the maximum width that you want for, now they give you a size range. The smallest size that they rate that Bimini for is the distance between here. So in my case, my distance was 60 inches. Now again, I may be asking for trouble, but this one has a 61-inch minimum width. So I might actually have to modify it, cut it down a little bit, but I'm not too worried. I wanted to have the biggest Bimini that I could have, and it was so close that I think I can make it fit. So I'm going to set the frame up, see if it fits in between there. If it does not, I'm going to cut 1 inch off, and I brought my hacksaw so that I can do that. So I can just cut that 1 inch off and make it fit in here. So we're going to cut into a time lapse of me installing the Bimini, and then we'll come and show you what the installed Bimini looks like, because I'm going to install it a little differently, I think, than what the actual design calls for, and we're going to cover that once we get this install done. So we've decided that it's a little bit too wide, which we thought it might be. We knew that this is a 60.5-ish inch, and I only have 59 inches. So what I'm gonna do is right here, these are the bars. All they are, they've got a little hole on there. There's lots of extra width here. So I'm gonna cut 1 inch off of the bar, each of these three, and the bars on that side, I'll take 1 inch off as well. I'll drill new holes so that the locking pins can lock, and that will shrink the whole tower width by 2 total inches, which will give me enough room to move up there in between that tower space. One thing I also might look at here is flipping these speakers around so they're up on top of the tower instead of hanging down below. If they keep getting in the way, then that's what's going to happen to those speakers. But right now, we're gonna modify the width of the tower first. And just like that, we make it look super simple, I know, but we did have a lot of struggles with this. It is a generic Amazon Bimini top. It's not really made for this style of boat. It's made more for like a runabout boat or something like that, but it does fit. We did make it fit. We had a lot of struggles. I'm gonna walk you through the struggles we had right now. For starters, it's not quite straight. As you can see here, the frame doesn't sit quite perfectly. If I kind of grab it and bend it, then I can make it sit kind of okay. It is very solid. It's very solid. Like if I grab it and shake it, let me show you here. If I grab it and shake it, you can see like it's quite solid. I don't think it's going to be a problem there. It does fold up, but again, because we're really pushing the limits for how wide this can be at the top, it's not a perfect fit. So we got to kind of twist it and kind of put it into position. So my first top tip is don't go with the biggest one you can get. If you measure, like in my case, 59 inches across, make sure you get one that says it's for 59 inches. It would be narrower. It would have solved a lot of problems for us. We were ultimately able to cut these down shorter, drill new holes so that they could kind of have the locking pins go in, and it worked. But I don't recommend that for anybody. That was a lot of pain in the butt with no real advantage for us. And in the end, I've just got extra Bimini hanging down on the sides, which I think that will be handy. I'm kind of excited about that. The other thing, as you saw in the time lapse, we had to move the speakers up on top of the tower. Now, it's not a big deal for us because of where our tower is and where our speakers are. They did work being mounted on the top like this, but it's not, you know, something that you really want to do. We couldn't have them hanging on the bottom anymore because when it folds up, this part gets in the way, or the speakers get in the way. It won't allow it to fold up. The other thing that happened, I broke 2 screws threading them into here. So you're gonna want to pre-drill your holes. I did pre-drill my holes, but I used one that was just a little bit too small. So you want to use one that's the right size and then pre-drill your holes so that your screw goes in. They are stainless steel screws, but they're very low quality and they just snapped right off. 2 of them snapped right off. So now I've got no hole there, or I've got no screw there. I've got just 1 screw because I've got no material left to actually attach another screw into. It's probably not a big deal. This is pretty solid still, as you can see. Like, it's gonna be okay. And then let me go up front here. Up front, these clips here, my boat kind of angles out, so those clips didn't fit perfectly, and I had to actually run a drill through to make a new hole so that these pins would actually slide in and out. And that's kind of a problem. It's not the end of the world. I'm able to handle it. And then as far as like the clearance, I've got just enough clearance. So you know, if I stand up very straight, I'll hit my head. But once I'm inside here, I can stand okay when I'm driving the boat. Usually I'm sitting down when I'm driving the boat, so I can drive like this. The posts won't really get in the way. It won't cause a lot of issues with visibility or anything. But accessing my board racks is going to be a little bit more interesting because now I've got this piece right here. So getting boards on and off, I'm going to be standing here. It probably won't be a big deal, but it's kind of in the way. Now, bottom line on this. It is an excellent value. So at under $200, you can't get a Bimini for any less than this. It's a great value. It does require a lot of kind of farting around trying to get it to fit, but to go and get one that's made for this boat is much, much more money. This one will keep the sun off. As you can see already, I've got the sun kind of off of me. It was a big deal for my wife who's driving. She doesn't want to be in the sun all day. So this gives us a shady space where we can hang out on the boat and enjoy the sunshine when we want and the shade when we need that shade. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video. We'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.